figured out a way to make 5 ready-to-post ad creatives with Claude Code in under 10 minutes with no designer, no agency, and no Photoshop. And I'm gonna show you the exact workflow and tools that I use to do this, so that way you can go and steal this exact playbook for yourself. And this is the exact workflow that we just dropped inside of our free AI community, Zero to Automated. If you wanna join completely for free, the link to that is in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the skill that we're gonna be releasing this week, last week, for context, if you're new in the community, we released the meta-ads-analyst skill. So the unlock for this is you can plug in any meta ad URL for a competitor from the Facebook or meta ad library. So for example, Alex Hormozy, like he's running like over 800 ads right now for all of his different things, right? So I could pull in his URL, and what that skill does is it pulls in, it looks at every single ad. It's going to pull in every single image. It's also going to look at every single landing page that his ads are directing everything to. It's going to go look at those, scrape those. So it's literally just like pulling his entire funnel, bringing that context back to your Claude Code agent or Claude, if you're using this out of Cowork, in the desktop app, whatever. And then it's going to build out this like really in-depth analysis of your competitors or whoever's running ads in Meta. So that was like really cool, right? That's a great unlock. You need data if you're going to run any sort of ad campaign like that. The next step is obviously with this data is you need to go create the ad creative, and in an ideal world, like post that to Meta, right? So this is the next piece of the puzzle. And this goes as far as it takes all that research from the meta ads analyst skill. And then the tools you need for this, it uses Higgsfield and a little bit of Firecrawl, which is kind of optional. You don't need Firecrawl, but it uses the Higgsfield MCP to then spin up, taking all that research, everything that's working, it creates all these different ad variants and then creates them literally with Higgsfield, so that all you do is point it at your competitor research brief that you use the meta ads analyst for. It's going to write you a creative brief. You review it. You tell it the number of like the number of graphics you want to create, and then it batch creates it and gives you some finished PNGs, all by just typing / Higgsfield ad creative and pointing it at the research you already created. So we're now turning, like you could go from, I want to run ads for my business. Like that is it. You can go from just, I want to run ads for my business. And then you go find competitors. People are already doing it in meta ads. You feed that to Claude and then devise a strategy based off of that. And then Claude goes and creates the images. And you can do all of this in 20 minutes by literally giving it like 2 or 3 commands. The only thing you're going to be waiting on is Claude actually pulling all of that data. And yeah, it does that through a tool called Appify, which we have some content on in the community. I will be making a video at some point next week that is like just Appify, like a little Appify 101, because I feel like I use it a lot. I talk about it a lot. So I'm overdue kind of for that. But that gives you access. It's how you can scrape the URLs and actually pull all that data in. And Higgsfield does require a subscription. I just have like I think it's $15 a month subscription, and I am almost out of it. However, like that is a good baseline. You could just buy the subscription once, generate enough creatives for probably a couple months worth of ad creatives. And then, yeah, you're going to get these finished products. And I'll quickly show you, this is kind of like a high level overview of the whole system, which is everything I went through there. But I will show you real quick an example that I just created here right before this call. Agencies charge $25,000 to install AI operating systems into businesses. Here's how to do it for yourself for less than dinner and a movie. This is how easy it is. Day 1, you download the file, point Claude at it, and type start. By day 7, you have a finished AI operating system saving you at least 10 hours every single week. Not a course. This is your actual business automated. 48 hours later, and you have 5 AI agents running on autopilot. Your inbox is handled automatically, replies sorted, backlog cleared without you touching it. You have a content engine that's trained on thousands of winning posts in your niche, creating content in your voice, and a live website if you don't have one already. Whether you're brand new or have been running a business for years, our ready to install system audits where you are, walks you through 15 questions about your business, and builds your entire AI system from your answers. One of our members on day 1 discovered that our AI operating system is going to save him $13,200 per month. By being in the Zero to Automated community, every single week you get new Claude skills, ready to install workflows that you can go and drop into your AI operating system, weekly live builds with both Zach Lloyd and myself, a Claude Code 101 course for complete beginners. If you are not saving 10 hours per week after the install of your AI operating system, we will work with you one-on-one until you are. Join Zero to Automated below. What agencies charge $25,000 for, you can have running in 48 hours. Any questions so far, Zach, or do you want me to show these first?
Yeah, that's great. I like what you said too about thinking in terms of how much can you get done with your first month subscription and test it out and get ahead and then
Yes.
cancel your subscription. I mean,
Yep.
that's the nature of the world we live in right now.
Yeah, the number of times I've done that with a ton of different tools. A ton of tools have free tiers as well, but like test a tool for a month, get rid of it if it's not doing your work, or mooch off it if you have to, I guess, and get a couple months out of one. Real quick, so what I'm showing right now, I worked for this is like a startup. I'm friends with the founders. It's a van life app. So it's a custom AI agent for your Sprinter van or people in van life that live out of their vans. So I had it go and I built out a brand basically markdown file of everything about this brand because that's important and Claude Code needs that if it's going to generate ad creatives because it has to actually know like what is this brand, what's their offer. Oh, and then also I used Firecrawl, sent it to their website and had Firecrawl actually pull all the branding. So this is giving Claude context, which will eventually flag. Yeah, Zach, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna go ahead and finish that thought. No.
Yeah, real quick. So yeah, what Firecrawl did as well is it pulled the entire website, so it has all that context, and then it also pulled all the branding. So think like fonts, logos, everything that you would basically need to feed to a designer to go and create the graphics for you, because Higgsfield will use that in the next step.
And what you just said, Claude needs that information and that background, and Firecrawl can go to your website and grab it.
Yeah.
With our AI system in a box, you can put that into Claude Cowork once, and it'll walk you through all of that brand discovery, whether you have a new brand or existing brand, and then get
Mhm.
all of that done for you. And you don't have to think any more about it. Just I thought that was important to interject because
Yeah,
that's available right
100%.
now. And you've spent a lot of time building that for this company, and you can just go install it on your computer right now and just do it.
Yep. Easily, easily. So yeah, and then it had all that context. It had all the context on I pulled a lot of ads from Strava because this app is kind of like Strava, the bike and running app, but for van life. You can just share where you go and drop your pin. And I had to create a couple different ad concepts, all rendered with I think it used GPT's new image 2 model. But the great thing about Higgsfield is it decides which model to use for you because it has access to every single one and that all falls under one subscription. Like I don't even have an OpenAI subscription anymore. I actually don't have a ChatGPT subscription, but I was still able to use their image model through Higgsfield, which is nice. So I'll show you one more creative variant that I was pretty like pleased with, and then yeah, that's that.
That was
I'll
so cool, by the
show you
way.
some
I
more.
love that. I want to go check this website out now.
You should get it's I'll plug them. It's getgrover.ai. They're doing
This
some
is
really cool
so good.
things. Yeah.
This is so
So
good. This looks like
you,
professional creative.
it's nuts. And this is all like a week and a half ago. You cannot do this because Higgsfield didn't have. I'm gonna show you one more real quick. This is the last one. But like I mean, pretty solid, right? Like this is more targeting the builder side of things because this is like a multifaceted. They're B2C and B2B, but this was not possible a week and a half ago because Higgsfield just released their MCP literally a week and a half ago. And then the next piece of this puzzle and the final piece of this puzzle that it's going to be coming soon. I can't promise next week or the week after, but it's going to be you went from I want to run ads for my company to all the way a live campaign because Meta released their MCP, which means I can now, if I wanted to, send and post and create ad campaigns for all of these creatives with my Meta Ads account, all from Claude, and just tell it to go do it, which is nuts. So that's coming soon. Then the puzzle is going to be pieced together, and then that's literally an ad system that I could set on a schedule. If we're running this out of the AI system in a box, like you set up all the context once, and then this thing can run for you in the background like an ad agency would, and still does charge people anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a month to do all this for them.
And this will be a feature in AI system in a box that you can plug and play into any business that you have.
Yeah, so exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet. That's it for me. So now we'll move on to some kind of new members, like what to expect.
I don't think I want to continue anymore. I just want to go buy a Sprinter van and do van life.
Right? Don't we all? I can confirm it is as fun, if not more fun than you make it out to be.
Okay, so let me share my screen for the Skool community. This will be the screen that you start with and everybody should be oriented to when they log in, and you'll be in the Zero Automated community. Couple things to hit is community, classroom, calendar, members, map, leaderboards, about. That's your kind of navigation. And then you can always use the search bar for anything you need. You have the DMs in the chat and then all of your alerts, which looks like I haven't checked recently, but I have. And then this is a big one. Some people are looking for our live videos and not sure how to access them. They're right here at the top by your chat bar. Okay. So when you type in a post here, which feel free as a member to do that, that's the point. You have free access to the entire community. So ask questions and talk to people. It's one of the most valuable things the community offers. You can select your category, technical sport, showing off some wins, show and tell, whatever it is. Title, all that stuff's pretty obvious. Okay. And then here's all the chats. And then you can use these general discussion, technical support to see what we've put out before and go through those as well. And then if you're in the search bar, you can find that pretty easily. Now, the big reason you probably joined was because of the free stuff we offered. And so other than the community, you go to the classroom, and I DM'd you when you joined and it recommended you start here. So go start here. Take the recommendation and run through it. Some of it might be very self-explanatory, and that's because not everybody has used Skool before. So if that's really obvious, you'll be able to read through this really fast, but they're not long, very short and sweet to the point. And we go over the rules, same thing, short and sweet to the point, and then how to access things. So up here, you click that they're complete. And at the back, you go to the classroom again, and then you can look into these. Some of these are not going to be available to you based off of your what is it called? The member number, your ranking.
Your level.
Yeah, your level. Thank you. So let's go over that real quick before I dive into these. In leaderboards, you will notice that there are levels. And so we have leaderboards for people that are leveling up daily, weekly, monthly. Now, you'll notice here on level 2, you unlock the vault. So to unlock things, you have to rise in level. And then we're working on a big level 9 bonus right now. More to come on that. And to unlock, liking, commenting, and then doing the coursework will generate points. And then you will start moving up in level. And you can see in mine, I'm level 4. Somehow Zach is 5 and I'm 4. I don't know how that happened. But up here, it goes around in a big circle. So I'm really close to hitting level 5, baby. So if that's where you're like, how many times do I have to like something or comment something? Skool changes this from time to time. So I don't want to promise anything. But to get to level 2 is very straightforward and easy. Essentially, what we're doing here is we're keeping the vault where we have all of our skills and automations, which I'll show you in a moment. A little bit of work to get there because we don't want someone to join and just grab stuff and leave, because that is not edifying to the whole group. And we're trying to create a community that helps each other and communicates with each other and doesn't just leech off of each other. So again, not very hard to get there. Some people have things like this in level 3 or even beyond, but we wanted to do level 2, and it looks like that's kind of working at this moment. So about 8% of members are there and using the skills and the automations, and then we're still kind of waiting for some people to engage more if they want it or not. And that's kind of how the system works inside of Skool in general. And then in the classroom, like I said, this is where you'll find the vault. And the vault is a whole bunch of skills that Zach and I have created and used. And then at the bottom, we have workflows, automations that are more, think of it as a skill and a skill and a skill put together and then putting out an even greater output than just one skill could do. That's a good way to just think about it quickly. So all of these walkthroughs, how-tos, and then at the very bottom, let me show you, like for instance, if we go into the M-Destroyer, at the very bottom, you'll find the resource, and then you can just click on it and then download it to your computer and then have Claude suck it up and use it and add it to a skill in your repertoire.
That is the best skill, by the way. That is, I'm going to shout it. That might be the best skill in the whole vault.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the skill that if there's one skill I could give to everybody in the world today, it'd be this, because the world would look a lot better. You'll start noticing people emailing or chatting or probably having text messages. They're using AI. They're grabbing AI as the answer, and then they're just pasting it into something. And you'll start seeing M dashes everywhere. So you know that they didn't really think it through. They just like asked AI to just give me a response and then gave it to you. So it's one of our favorites. We joke around about it a lot. So back into the classroom.
Real quick,
Go for it.
I'll cut this real quick. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, so just I'm gonna turn off my camera.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Got it. And then Up here, number 2 is the AI operating system in a box. You probably heard a lot about, but we need to talk more about it because I think still some people are not fully comprehending what this can do. Real quick though, back to the leaderboard, you'll notice that in level 5, you can actually unlock this. This is the most valuable thing we have in the community, other than our relationships or our community, of course. This is, let me show you back to the classroom. Click inside of that. It'll show you how to install it, and we have walkthrough videos on how to do this. But essentially, what you're doing is if you have a brand or you are someone that has a career and a professional life that you're trying to enhance with AI, or you're starting a new business, any of those things can be brought into Claude. And we're using Claude Cowork for this one specifically because of the new shipping features that Anthropic keeps putting on there. But long story short, you can bring all of this into one place, and it's an operating system that knows everything about your business or your career, what your short term goals are, what your long term goals are, and then also has the context of what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you need to work on. If you have clients, have a database for those clients. One of our members recently is retired, and they needed a system to systematically go through their investments and trading ideas, especially with options. Because if you are aware of options trading, it can be a little tricky if you're kind of new. So it can teach you how to do it as you go, but it also creates dashboards that are local to your computer if you want. And then it'll also help you create trade ideas. And then you're essentially saying, for instance, Paul Tudor Jones is one of like the best traders all time. And you could say, hey, go read all of Paul Tudor Jones' books and then implement those into a strategy for Microsoft this week or something like that. And you can train it that way and do that. So that's one of the latest things people are doing, or one of our members was doing for the finance world. And so everything is at your fingertips. But you'll notice here each day we separate it into days. You can do this in less than 24 hours pretty easily, but we separate it into days to make it more digestible. But you install it, and then it gets to know your brand, your voice, and it can start writing emails for you, whatever that you want it to do in that realm. We're not recommending you have it write all your emails or your texts, but again, it's possible, and it can be trained on your voice and do all of that for you. And then getting to inbox zero with your career or your business is one of the biggest gripes people have. Their email box is not only flooded with emails, but it's not organized. This will do all of that for you. And then moving forward, it'll keep it organized, and then it'll also update you based off of like your most important email for the day or people you have to get back to. All of that is automated. And so it will build out these automations for you. So long story short, this is the thing we are most proud about right now, and we are building more on top of for you to just grab and go use and really enhance your life with AI faster without learning all the intricacies. Now, if you don't know all the intricacies and you're relatively new, then that's why we have the Claude 101 course here on number 3. And this is the same thing. You can go through this. We have videos walking you through, and then we have goals where you start all of the challenges you might face. This will explain all of those. And as members go through them, if something comes up, we are able to change these. So we had a little issue with Windows. I use my Mac more than I use my Windows computer. So sometimes there's little things that are nuances we don't add or we forget, or we just don't have that problem on Mac, so we forget to add it. So, anyways, all of those are being added and changed over time. And then you can expect more to come out with this. We're actually going to be doing a brand new 101 course and moving this course to a 201 course because, based off of, again, member feedback, this was actually probably more advanced than we thought it was when we first made it. So we're actually going to move it up and then bring in some really cool new concepts and understandings to the course material and keep adding on to this as we keep moving forward. So that's essentially how you can navigate. Start here, the AI operating system on a box, the Claude Code 101. The tools we use, real quick, different tools. Some are free, some are not. We explain those. These are actual tools that we use, that we like, and then we kind of give you the go-to foundation of what they do. And then the vault, we talked about that. And then the hot seats and hangout. This would be considered a hangout. And so we will put this at the bottom here, and you'll be able to see all of these and go back and see, oh, and this is cool because you could say how to win with AI, and it's going to go find that for you in our course material. So if you have any fascinating, random questions, you're wondering if we've ever talked about it, you might be able to find it that way. And then obviously you have the titles here. So going back to the classroom to finish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, very easily navigatable. But again, the most important thing you can do is go back to the community and type in here and ask questions when needed, or share a screenshot of something you're doing. Say, hey, how does this look? Did I do this right? Any of that. It's all welcome. Please use it. That's the whole point of the community, is to be in constant conversation with each other. Zach, anything you got on that?
No, yeah, just echoing what Zach said is ask questions. That's what we made the community for, is for you guys. We're here to help you, and let us know too what you want to see. Like if you really enjoy more of the like technical, like, man, I just really want to become a Claude Code expert in all aspects, let us know that. Or if you want like, man, I just want these done for you marketing systems, like like I've been sharing the last 2 weeks, and that's all I really care about, let us know that too, because we want to make this as valuable and as worth your time as we possibly can.
Right. And then to wrap up, we have in the far right here, the little about, there's an upgrade plan. So if you say, hey, I really want that today, and we go back to the leaderboard just to visualize this, you want the vault today, or you want you want the AI operating system in a box now, you're like, oh, I'm ready for that, right? Then what you can do is you can go to the community and you can go to this far right and upgrade plan zone. And then that's going to bring up the ability to be a premium or a VIP member. And this explains all of what you get inside of it. But if you're premium, you get the AI system in a box right away. And so you that will unlock that for you, and you can use it right away and start training it, or on your business or your professional life, whichever you deem to be the best fit for you. And this brings up, welcome to our new members. How do I get out of here? X, there we go. So quick shout out: Nick, Raj, Hunter, Miguel, Erickson, Gabriel, Avi, Jackson, William, Drew, uh, LJ, Carson, Thado, Theory, Miguel, Muhammad, Jackson, Ivan, Marin, Annie, Mahadi, Tyler, Jacob, Anthony, Yatharth, and Dennis. Well, that was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Oh, wait,
That's
we got one
awesome.
more. And M. So the fun thing about this, guys, is every time somebody joins, our third question for you, after the quick little questions we have for you, is what's the number one thing you want to automate? And I want to share that real quick with you guys. And there we go. This time I didn't cancel it. And all right, can you see that?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Outstanding. Okay, so let's go with red. Cool, cool, cool. All right, boom. I'm gonna move this a little bit. All right. So these are the most common things. Actually, a lot of these are verbatim from everybody that joined, and we kind of have some 4 different buckets here. We have marketing, content, whole workflows, client delivery, admin, personal wildcards. So real quick, I wanted to go over, um, first off, nothing in here was shocking, and nothing in here made me scratch my head and be like, man, we really need to figure out how to do that. We've either done all of these things with our clients in our advertising, in Zach's advertising agency, or my consulting work, or we've done it with members in the group, or the AI system in a box can do it for you and is already set up to do that. So, marketing, check, check. Lead generation, check. Ad creation, like Zach was talking about today. Facebook post, check. Go high level is its own thing, but Claude can easily help you with this. I've worked with Go high level a little bit. If that's kind of where all of your data and your stuff is falling into, that's fine. Claude actually works really well with it. And then client delivery, check. Client intake, check. Meeting clients, check. Selling automations to clients. This is something we have been talking in the background about, and we are going to create something for this. We are not sure how we're going to set it up, if it's going to be one of our courses or if we'll do a premium course, but we will talk more about that in the coming weeks, most likely, on how you can start thinking about, if you are a one-man team and you want to start selling automations to clients, what does that look like? How do you get clients? How do you use AI system in a box to go about operating that business? So that's one thing. that was known, but we do not have solidly fixed yet. So I'll put a little circle on that guy. Content creation, check. Video editing, check. YouTube, check. Data content pipeline. This is actually going to be really crucial for 101 that I'm going to be adding into the course. It sounds complicated if you're not like a data oriented person, but it's actually just really simple. You can just think of it as you have one filing cabinet and then you have folders in the filing cabinet, and you need to learn how to organize those folders in the filing cabinet. And that's all I'll say about that for now, but you can check that in the 101 course soon. The admin work, super, super awesome with AI system in a box. Email responses, same thing with note taking. Excel templates, super cool. Claude plugs into Excel now. That's really exciting. And then the whole workflow things, we are aware of this one. This is just a lot of different things depending on what category. We have a lot of real estate agents. We have builders. We have all sorts of people in different industries. And so this is obviously huge. How do you connect all of this into one big thing? We will be talking more about that as well, especially in future podcasts. That's going to be a big one for us. Trading, I actually already touched on that. Job applications, this is one of the most easy things you can possibly figure out how to do that gives, I think, the most leverage. Because, like, what if you apply to a couple jobs a day, but you could easily 10x that? That's where this gets really exciting. And then this was a funny reply, so we wanted to keep that. I don't know, big bro.
Shout out, Drew.
Shout out.